Welcome everyone to the Michigan Lynx Tournament Expert Division. This is the qualifying round, hole number one. Before I get into that, really like to remind everybody that if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do me a favor. It's absolutely free. I would really appreciate it if you could just give me a subscription. And if you'd like, you can ring the little bell. You'll get notified every time I go live or post some new content. Also, the notes that are produced by me and Fenzel can be purchased patreon.com/gcfenzel. We have, in my opinion, the best expert and master notes that are available to you. So if you're interested in coming to grab some gold banners and upping your game, then you definitely want to come check us out, right? Because we help people get gold banners in every tournament. Beyond that, if you'd like, you can donate to the channel or become a member of the channel. You can find those links in the description of the video, and being a member of the channel grants you access to special streams like dialing in shots, what I'm currently doing. So I'll go through all the shots and I'll dial them all in, and you'll get to see all the different variations and shots I try and how much work actually goes into these things. So, and it's very cheap, right? Less than the price of a cup of coffee these days. So, and it definitely helps. Hole number one, we're going to be setting up with a P3 ball, no move target. P3, no move target. It's going to be a Guardian backspin shot. So pack your Guardian. APOC 4 plus can play this shot so long as you're switching to a power 4 or higher ball after you start. And then really any level Guardian should be able to play this shot. But, you know, for safety's sake, I'm going to say Guardian 8 plus, because I know for certain, you know, what that will do and kind of ball guide it has. I don't really know what the Guardian 7 will look like, or, you know, if lower level Guardians, if it's going to change anything. So if you're playing it with a Guardian 7, you probably can. You'll just have to make sure you test it first, right? So the drive, like I said, P3, no move target, and then switch to, you know, we recommend a power 5 side spin 1 plus, either a wind 3 or a wind 4 ball. So a luminary ball, or, you know, a wind 4 ball that was just in the shop the last few days. One of those will work here. Anything power 4, power 5, side spin 1 plus, wind 3 or wind 4 will work here. We're adjusting P3 plus 10% max, 4 top, 1 right. Pull it straight, no curl, full controlled overpower. I have tested great left and great right are both safe here, and for me at least have been rolling out to right around the same distance. I've been 390, 391, and 392 on this one, so the drive has been pretty consistent so far. For the approach shot, like I said, it's a Guardian backspin shot. We're going to be using P5 numbers in the app, plus 20% elevation at slider. With that being said, we are using Guardian P3 plus yards to give us our slider value, right? So even though the elevation is set P520, we are still using Guardian P3 plus yard numbers. It's going to be max backspin, half a bar right spin, no curl, no OP. But what's important is you want to pull this one with a slight 1201. All right. So I'm setting it up with spin added. What I'm doing is I'm turning to the side like you see there, and I'm just looking at my last bounce here. I want it to be centered on the cup, just like this, man. So if you drew a line right through the center of that cup, that's where that third bounce will be. And you want to snug it. So for this one, I've got low winds, 6.6 wind. So I'm snugging it up real close to the cup because I have such low winds. But no matter what, you're going to set it along this line, you know? And then the only things that you'll need to change will be offsetting it further from the hole for higher wind strength. So here you see that I am right next to the cup. I mean, there's a very small gap there between the ball guide and the cup. I'm not touching it, but I'm right next to it with just a tiny gap. So that's where I kind of recommend that you set up for winds in the 6s, right? If you have winds in the 7s, you need to set up a little bit further outside the cup. And then if you have winds in the 8s, you need to set up a little bit further outside the cup. You're going to get more push to the right with the higher wind. And if you don't tweak your starting position, then you know, it's not going to work the same for you as it is for me. So, but very simple tweaks here. The only other tweak that I have for this hole is if you are set up at the +6 or higher, then you'll need to add 0.2 to your adjustment. And if your wind is 8.5 or higher, then you need to add 0.2 to your adjustment. But if you have both of those two conditions combined, then you'll only add 0.3 to your adjustment. 0.4 will be too much, right? So if you have high winds and you're set up +6, +7, you know, then add 0.3 to the adjustment. But here we've got low winds, 6.6. So we're not adding anything to this adjustment. The only thing I'm doing is making sure that I'm pulling with the slight 1201. That is important here for a couple of reasons. If you don't pull with enough 1201, you're going to miss it left, and you're also probably going to stay a little bit high. You might not, the ball may not come all the way back to the hole. That 1201 keeps us low and it keeps us tight to the hole, and you see it comes in very, very nicely there. Now that's a 6.6 wind. This one over here was, so I used the wind 4 on the right and I used the wind 3 on the left. On the left hand side of your screen, this is going to be a 7.9 wind. We're using a luminary over there. Same setup. The only difference, like I said, is we're going to be offset a little bit further outside the cup, but still in the same vertical position. So we're splitting the cup in half with that third bounce, and then we're setting up about a half a cup outside the hole to the left, making sure that we're going to pull that 1201 here, even with the higher winds. Now, I'm not talking about anything crazy, but you want to at least make sure you have the 1201 flicker. And, you know, if you get everything set up properly and it's perfect, hopefully you'll be walking away from hole 1 with the eagle. Those were both live and both drops. So good opportunity here. I do recommend you practice it at least once. I wish you the best of luck. Hope you get the drop, and we'll see you on the next one. Oh, before I go, Guardian P3 plus yard numbers are 2% per plus yard from 12. 12 is 100. 11 is 98, 10 is 96, 9 is 94, 8 is 92, 7 is, sorry, I guess it's not quite 2%. 7 is 89, 6 is 87, 5 is 85, 4 is 83, 3 is 81, 2 is 79, 1 is 77, 0 is 75. And it's 2 until you get to the +7, then it drops by 3, and then the rest are 2. So it's like 2, and then one of them is 3, and then the rest are 2. So pretty easy to figure out if you wanted to. Like if you can just go 2% per plus yard. Just remember, even though we're using a P5 ball, +12 is 100% slider. I know that's not P5 max. If for some crazy reason you're set up anything +12 or higher, then, you know, none of these adjustments or tweaks are going to work for you anyway, because you're not even close to where we're setting up. But if you are, you can just add 0.1 to your adjustment for every plus yard above 12 you're set up. And I'll wish you the best of luck. So there it is.